We've explored, as Sarah's just described, how culture's layered, complex, and I like to call it beautifully messy in the way in which we work with it. And we need to be willing to sit in that mess and to hold all the contradictions, see the whole, pay attention to what is contributing to it. And it's a really important first step. But this is where organizations really do tend to stumble. Think about a lot of culture work you might have been involved in, either receiving in an organization or maybe part of in your early part of career. This is what consultancies do time and time again. They go, right, we need to change our culture. We're going to come in, we're going to do some listening groups, we're going to run some diagnostics. We might do some deeper work and some deeper, interesting work to really see what's going on in the system. We might zoom out, we might zoom in, and we gather our insights. And then we work out what's going wrong at the moment, create a compelling future for a vision for the future. And then we make some really nice behaviors and some values that go with it. And then we put them on some mouse mats and some nice pictures. And we might have a dry ice launch of our new values and behaviors to the organization and go, ta-da, this is what we want. This is how you're going to do it. And then 6 months later, absolutely bugger all has happened. Tumbleweed. We've all been there, right? We've all experienced that. And what's really going on in here? Lots of reasons, yes. But for us, one of the things that this really talks to is that we often try to mandate culture. We assume we can control it into being. And the problem is that culture is not something that you have. It's not something that you can control or make. It's something that is. It's something that we are as a collection and group of people. It's not a layer that sits on top of the organization. It actually is the organization. And just like the coral on this image here, coral isn't simply a structure that houses life, it's the living organism itself. And that's how we like to think about culture in the way in which we work. It's made and remade in every single moment of interaction in an organization. Every time someone speaks or stays quiet, every time someone excludes something or includes something or withholds or shares, culture is being created. And we can't dictate that from the top down. So I want to share with you a model that's come out of the latest thinking about culture and literature over the last 5 or so years around seeing culture really as a socially constructed ecosystem. And if we think about the story I just told that we've all been in, where we actually do our diagnostic and work out what needs to be done, it's very much told by the left-hand side of this diagram. We pay attention to the express culture, what's actually going on in a business. We think about what's happening. We define what we really think should be happening in the future. And then we express that through, it could be the values on the wall, but it could be a lot more sophisticated. We might look at new processes, new HR systems, new rituals, new rights that we can put in place in a system to express our organization, desired organizational norms more fully. And that's actually great. We all need to do all of those types of things in an organization to support the system. But what most of the work that traditional cultures organizations forget is that it's not just the left-hand side. All of a sudden, all our nice planned work hits human beings. Culture is shaped, held, and recreated every day by the people inside the organization through their identities, their needs, relationships, their interactions with one another. And our nice, neat cultural plan hits real people, real work, real dynamics, and something more complex starts to unfold in this. And we start in the business to co-create the culture, to actually really create that expressed culture. So what in reality we see in culture is not just this one-way influence of the business, it's this relational ongoing loop that happens. And to make that a little bit more real as a concept, I like to think about culture again from a gallery perspective. As assume we're curators of a gallery, we can shape the environment, we can decide what paintings we put up, we can change our lighting, we can work out the route people are going to take through the gallery. And we can be intentional about the space we're trying to create and to help people learn something, feel something, or experience something in that space. But the experience of the gallery doesn't live in our design. It's in the interaction of people coming into that gallery. We can't control who walks in, what mood they're going to be in, where they pause on their movement, how they interpret what they're seeing, and we really cannot control who they talk to, the interactions they have with other people within that gallery. And that's just like the culture that we're working with. So this principle that Sarah and I have learned long and hard over our careers is that we can do all the really important stuff of defining a culture, putting things in place, structures, processes, enabling the conditions for that culture to emerge, but we cannot control it. We have to be curators of culture. Culture isn't a broadcast that we tell people, it's a dance we go on together.